Welcome on into Booby's World. There he is with Daniel Booby Gibson, Rafa L. Alcalde. I'm Nick Padone. What's going on, guys?
What's happening, man? I'm enjoying Vegas.
I
As you
miss
can
you
tell.
guys in here. I'm all by myself in here.
Yeah, man. I
How's
might.
Vegas treating you, Bobby? I know you're undefeated, but on the other side, off the court, how's Vegas treating you?
I cannot complain, man. I normally can only stay in Vegas maybe 2 to 3 days, and I'm done. But I actually need to add a little extra time out here, man. It's been a blast.
What's the weather like out there, Booby? How hot we getting out there?
I'm assuming it's a little better than Cleveland. Nah, Cleveland actually be good in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's scorching out here. I want to say it's like 105 or something like that.
So obviously the summer league team is looking good. You got a number of guys up there performing well for you, Booby. I mean, obviously Amani Bates, Cavs draft pick, playing well, but Sam Merrill, a guy who's probably actually going to be on the Cavs, looks good. Pete Nance looks good. Of course, Sharif Cooper looks good. Isaiah Mobley would be remiss if we didn't mention him. What's the experience like been out there?
Man, it's been amazing. I feel like the jump that we have on like the other teams is that we have a little bit of camaraderie, a carryover from last season. The fact that these guys played a whole G League season together, they know where to find Sam at. They know to give Reap the ball in certain moments. They know where Zay like the ball at. So that continuity that these guys have is showing up on the floor, and that's kind of what we've been talking about on the show for the last couple of weeks, man. It's just culture. The culture is coming through, and you're seeing like guys playing Cavalier basketball this early in the season. So I'm just excited for these guys to get to training camp and see if any of them can crack a spot in the rotation.
Bobby, you've seen these guys a lot more than we have, and Stan Merrill is a guy that we know can shoot. He's a guy that has playoff experience, that actually has a ring because he was part of the Bucks when they won the title. So we know what he can do. You've seen him a lot more. Sharif Cooper is a guy that is just waiting for that right opportunity to come in, to knock on that door, and I know he's gonna put the door down when that opportunity comes. But I want to talk to you about Mobley. I say a Mobley because for some reason, and I've been watching the games out here, in Sacramento, he looks like a veteran. He definitely looks like he has really sucked in everything that he learned last season, and he definitely looks like an NBA player playing in the summer league.
No question, Ralph. The thing last season that separated Isaiah in the G League is his basketball IQ is out of this world. He knows how to play the game. Like he'll tell Sam where to go, and he'll have that ball there before Sam even comes out of his
Mhm.
break. You know what I mean? And so I feel like for Zay to make that step and get a spot in the rotation, it's just really all about body and showing that he can guard, showing that he can
Yep.
defend guys on the perimeter. But as far as like a guy that can get the rebound, tell everybody go, bring it himself, go make a play for them or for himself. He's been doing it with ease, man. And like you just said, he playing with so much poise and so much confidence. And it's beautiful to see these guys take those steps that's gonna give them a chance to fulfill their dreams, man. That's what it's all about.
And you always root for these guys. You were talking about Isaiah. Sam is a guy who's also looking for the right opportunity. But like Pete Nance, for example, that's a guy that we know has it in his DNA, right? And
Right.
and also just like his brother could be a late bloomer, man, and he looks like he has it in him. And obviously, I mean, UNC. I mean, anybody that goes to a program of the caliber of University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, can play ball, right? So, what's been your take on Pete Nance and how he's been developing during this summer league?
So the crazy thing about this, Ralph, is I went last year when we were playing Greensboro. They sent me on a scouting trip to
Hmm.
to North Carolina. He was terrible. Meaning like might have had no points, nothing. So I left the game like because
Yeah.
when he was at Northwestern before he got to North
Hmm.
Carolina, he was averaging, I want to say 20, 30, like there he was a projected as a second round pick, and his stock was way higher if he would have came out then. But he did the thing where you go back 5 years, I mean your fifth year senior, and you go to a powerhouse, and he didn't fit in with those guys who had just went to the national championship. So he actually had a down year last year. So teams were kind of off of him, and they forgot that this kid can really play. And so for us, man, he's been what we call Mr. Intangible, meaning like we just put him on the floor, whether it's rebounds, steals, anchoring the defense, talking to the guys, telling them where to go, and then he's been shooting that thing a little bit too. So I think for us, it's been a steal because he's comfortable in Cleveland, obviously because of his pops, and so he has a different, I feel like, confidence and comfort being in Cleveland, and he wants to showcase what he can do, and he's earned himself an Exhibit 10 now. So he'll be with us for the year.
He's another kid from Akron. I always say, like I used to call Larry. And think about how old I am. That I always gauge how old I'm getting by when I see guys that I used to call in college, like retiring from the NBA. Now I used to see Larry dad carrying Larry Jr. into into the All Star game, and then I saw Larry Jr. playing with his little brother Pete at CCC when I came to Cleveland, 9, 10 years ago, and now this kid is in the NBA. It's unbelievable.
Man, you starting to make me feel. You want to know what Pete told me when he walked in? He's like, "What's up, OG? What's up, OG?" I remember when I was a kid dribbling the ball around there. When you had your game in 06, I'm like, man, just leave that part out. Man. Like they making me feel old now, but it's fun to see like all those generations of those that family, and there's a few families in the NBA. It's dope
Amazing.
to see when they all kind of come behind one another. I saw Larry at the game, and he just looked like a proud papa. His brother, he was having a good time.
Booby, speaking of guys sitting courtside at those summer league games, obviously Larry Nance, I feel like he's been interviewed a ton. He's been interviewed on TV during the Pelicans games, during Cavs games, because of his brother. But you know who else they keep showing? I mean, the entire Cavs roster is down there showing up for their guys. Donovan Mitchell, DG's out there. How cool is that? And do you think that there's a value of having those guys who are already on that active roster day in, day out, being there supporting some of the up and comers?
Absolutely, man. We get back to that word again. We getting right back to that word, culture. You got to have that connectivity, and the one leader of them all. So those guys come out here and they work out too. So they're still getting their work in. Darius, I got to shoot with them a little bit. So they're doing their thing here. But what was special to me was Donovan had an event in LA. Go to LA to take care of his business and flew back just for the game yesterday. So he didn't have to be there. He didn't have to work out. He didn't have to do any of that. But he told the front office that he wanted to support those guys. And that's big time for me from your leader. And that inspires the guys on the floor, the Imani Bates and those guys to play harder for guys that the positions that they want to be in. Those guys showing them love and welcoming them and supporting them. Man, I feel like that's what it's all about. So, man, kudos to Spider for being a stand-up guy.
Absolutely. We are going to snag a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got more Booby's World. We're going Boobies for 3. This one's a little bit different though, guys. We're getting a little crazy with our Booby for 3 segment. So stay with us right here, Booby's World, straight ahead. Welcome on back into Booby's World with Daniel Booby Gibson, Rafael Alcalde. I'm Nick Padone. Guys, welcome on into Booby 4-3. Every week we rank our top 3 things of whatever the guys are talking about. This week we're talking about the top 3 pro athletes who could play in the NBA. We're talking about Summer League. We saw Myles Garrett out there, just being superhuman, throwing down dunks and doing whatever else he feels like doing. So
he can't guard me.
I hear.
You gotta chill, bro. I don't know. I seen him. That's gonna be my number 1 pick. I seen the man do a windmill at the he came out here for Summer League and jumped in the layup line with us. Myles Garrett did a windmill in the layup line. So if I had to pick a guy, my first guy, I would say I feel like I don't know if he can handle like the up and down. You might just put him in the game. Somebody, just go beat somebody up, man. I would go with Myles Garrett first as somebody I think could have a shot because he's a freak athlete.
I've seen him dunking, but like you said, I like to see an overall thing. My pick David Njoku would be a guy that I would pick to be a really good post-up guy. He's a big body, a little more agile, more mobile than Miles Garrett. But and he's from Miami, so I know you gotta play some basketball. But for sure, the Chief will be my pick if we go from the Browns.
What
And
ab-
then being a Jets fan as a child, I have to go with Aaron Rodgers, baby. He will be a good NBA player. Come on.
Man, come- what?
of all the
Hey, you
quarterbacks in
gotta
the league, he went with Aaron Rodgers, Booby.
you gotta show me some tape on. I gotta see some footage. So we just picking guys, just random guys. So we
And
take
it's moving for three. So my third guy, I have to pick Lionel Messi because he's God. He will be good at anything he does. So
hey, Nick, man, we gotta have some guidelines because we just doesn't matter if they really could do it or it's just we just gonna say
I guess
Messi can do anything, man. Come on.
5 feet. How tall is he?
Huh? He's like 5'4", 5'6".
That's what
So
I'm saying.
multi ball and what's his name from Atlanta?
Nate Robinson, you might have.
Yeah.
I saw
All right, well, I'm gonna actually grab some guys that I seen like play people
Okay.
that actually like.
let's do it, Booby. Let's do it.
I've seen Jalen Ramsey. I saw him. He's pretty nice. Like, I mean, I didn't seen him take it coast to coast and bang out a couple times. Odell Beckham would be my third, just because I feel like he was a two-sport athlete. He played high school basketball as well, and I seen a couple clips on him. So, and then to cap it off, I actually played against DeAndre Hopkins when he was playing in Houston. He actually played like a pickup game with me, and he fit right in. It was almost like he could have did either one and excelled in the league or in the NFL. So it seems like the receivers and the cornerbacks got the size to be able to compete with us and play at that level. And obviously, they all got the athleticism.
There's some pretty good tight ends. So retired or deceased right now, but Antonio Gates.
Yes, sir.
And what's the best tight end ever from Kansas City? What's his name?
Tony Gonzalez, right?
Tony Gonzalez, man. He was a good basketball player.
Yeah. It was a few tight ends that play. I'm missing one more because he played for the Browns too. He was a little crazy though. I bought his house actually.
Kellen Winslow.
Kellen Winslow is the name. Yeah. He was solid too on the basketball floor.
You think Tom Brady would be a good basketball player?
See you with these. We're gonna have to work on the rules and the guidelines for these games.
I'll tell you guys this. I feel like ever since we lost Raf in person, the show has gone completely off the rails. Not only is he putting Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in his Booby for 3 basketball rankings.
Brady was a joke. Aaron Rodgers.
But Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, it's the same thing though.
Dude, Aaron is an athlete, man. I'll get you video.
You gonna get it to me? All right.
Yeah.
Next episode, Nick, you're gonna have to show me some footage because I don't know with these picks. I think Ralph over there trying to pull one over on us, man.
Yeah, absolutely. How about this one, guys? Another local Cleveland athlete, and there's been some conversation backdoor. Now part of our Big Play Network. The one and only Josh Cribbs.
Yeah. That's my brother. That's my brother from another mother. I'm sure the way that he ran them kickoffs back and that high level athleticism, I'm sure he can get a bucket or two for easy.
Other than him, do you have relationships with like Browns or Guard or Indians at the time players, Booby, that around your time?
You say, do I have a good relationship with them?
Yeah. Do you hang with some of the football or baseball players? Does that happen?
Yeah, the football players are often in the same places that I be in, and me and Cribbs are actually really cool because when I played, he would always come to the games, and we would always be at events together, and we kind of became like the little Cleveland quote unquote sweethearts at the time, like fan favorites. So we spent a lot of time doing a lot of stuff in the community together as well, making sure we were giving back.
He's in Big Play family now, man. So now we're back in the game.
I saw that. We gonna have to chop it up on here one day. Bring him on.
Yeah, absolutely. He's all for it, and I think he's even down to get some shots up with us at some point somewhere. So that's from
Ooh.
him. So I'm just
Maybe
I'm
we can
just the
have a little.
middleman.
Maybe we can have a little Booby for 3 challenge, a little 3-point shootout.
Yeah, I think that'd be
I'm
fun.
in. I'm in.
Because I'm actually, you heard it here first. I'm actually working on an actual TV show called Money Shot, where it's almost like a 3-point shootout where, like, your local guy from the LA Fitness can come challenge Booby Gibson to a 3-point shootout, and we're gonna travel around the globe and try to find the best shooters in the world.
Ooh. I like that.
Look at
I
that.
like that. And maybe we could also have like a celebrity basketball game, man. The Boobies World
For sure.
basketball game, and just pick a charity, a local charity, and raise some funds. You know?
I think that would be awesome, man. Anything I could do for the city of Cleveland, anything I could do to give back to the city that has given me so much, I would love it. I think we should
You,
start working on it right now.
you just have to do me one favor.
What's
You
that?
have to put Mayor Bill in the other team so we can have like a mayor to mayor, mayor and mayor duel. I'll guard Mayor Bill. So el alcalde against the mayor. That would be the best. Come on, Nick, make it happen, man.
I got you, but Rob, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I played in the Celebrity All Star game with
He's
him.
good. I know he's good.
He is nice. He got a
Yeah,
little,
I know he can play.
yeah. He got a little something. So I don't know if you
I
want to be
saw
out.
him. I saw him at the hoops after dark that we do with the Cavs, with the community, and all the process that the Cavaliers are doing, trying to make the game grow. And he can ball.
Yeah, nah, he big time. I like him. I
Come
like him.
on, Mayor Bill, take the challenge.
Uh,
Let's get it, man.
all
Let's
right,
put it together.
we got mayor on mayor, and we will work on we will work on setting that up for sure. Guys, we're going to snag another commercial break. When we come back, we're talking about Cavs off season. Don't go anywhere. More Booby's World straight ahead. Alrighty, welcome on back into Booby's World. It's Daniel Booby Gibson. It's Rafa, the mayor, LL Calde, the real mayor of Cleveland. I'm Nick Padone. Guys, the Cavs were busy during free agency, during the trade period, and now we could finally talk about it. They made a plethora of moves. The biggest in a sign and trade with the Miami Heat got Max Strus, a guy that was just in the NBA Finals, a guy that got a lot of national attention for his ability, Booby, to shoot that basketball. What was
You
your
know, I
thought
love a
process
shooter.
when that broke?
You know I love a shooter, man. You know I
Yeah.
love somebody that could knock that thing down. And when I think about Strus, I just think about somebody that'll open the floor up for these guys. That'll give us some more space for Donovan to operate, for Darius to operate, for Evan to operate. I think it was a great move by us. It was something that I think we all saw in the playoffs. There was a need for us to find guys that can make shots in big moments and unafraid of the moments. And clearly he's shown that with the Heat. And I'm proud of him because he's one of those undrafted guys that the Heat just seem to find. And now we have an opportunity now that he's worked his way into the league, and we have an opportunity for him to play with us.
And I think it's great for the fans to see what's happening and what Kobe Altman, our president of basketball operations, is doing. Because we know that shooting was something that we really needed in the playoff and the series against the Knicks. So he went out and got not only Max Strus, but also got some help coming off the bench, which is also something that was lacking during that playoffs. With George Niang is a shooter, and both Strus and Niang have size. I think it's incredible to see once you see them in person how big
Yeah.
these guys are for the positions they play. And then we got to help at the backup center. And then I have to say this, man, in the name of everybody here at Boobies World and everybody at the Cavaliers organization, and I'm pretty sure I speak for everybody in Cleveland that's related to the Cavs. We hate the nature of the business, but we wish everything great that can happen and can come for Jetty and for Mark Stevens. And two guys that are a huge part of what we're building here. Two guys that left everything on the court, and two guys that we hate to see go. But again, it's the nature of the nature of the beast, and that's the way it goes. But they will always be part of the Cleveland folklore, the organization, and the story. Because Jerry and Lamar, two amazing dudes
Yeah.
that are going to San Antonio.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. That's the worst part about the business, man. You develop these relationships with these guys, they become your brothers and your family, and then it hurts to see them go, you know. And I felt like Moore was one of those guys that gave us that identity, that dog mentality, you know. So I wish both of those guys nothing but the best. Jetty gave us so many memories. And then the one thing I like about Georgie is, you know, I'm a sucker for a nickname, man. They call my guy the minivan. I said,
He looks like a mini Hummer, man. He's like,
I love it. I love it. I love it. And he came in, we was working out. He was talking noise already. So he already bringing energy, already bringing that fire in that fight. So he'll be a fun guy to add to the roster. So I'm loving what we're doing. I feel like there'll still be more things that we'll do. We got Bert back locked in.
yeah.
Can't forget about the guy Big Vert. So that was great for us because I was a little worried. You know, I felt like easily, like, I know it was a lot of teams interested in him, and he could have easily wanted like a different role, but it says a lot about him still being focused on winning and wanting to be a part of an organization and a team that's winning, even if your role is different from what you've had in the past.
And Booby, it was reported out there by multiple outlets that he could have went somewhere else, got a bigger payday, but kind of took that hometown Ohio discount to stay here with our Cavs and the culture that we have going. I think that says a ton about Karras, the person and the player, and I'm totally glad that we were able to keep him here in Cleveland.
May I ask, when you refer to Karras, always say from the University of Michigan?
Hey, listen, Nick. Every episode, like you said, since he's been gone, he just why does he do this? Is he
starts acting different? I think he's comfortable, man.
It's the Cali mood.
I don't think nobody's on here gonna say from the University of Michigan. We gonna say Cleveland Cavalier, Karras LeVert.
I get one more chance to introduce him at Noche Latina when I get the honor to introduce the starting lineup. I have one more chance to say from the University of Michigan, El Wolverine, Karras LeVert.
They gonna come get you, Rob. They gonna get you.
From Columbus, Ohio, baby.
Yeah,
there we go. Say that, Nick. But yeah, no, it says a lot about that guy, and that he will be loved by the city. You know, they because of him making that decision and focusing on winning and keeping focusing on the right things. And that also shows the amount of faith and confidence he has in what we're building. Because most guys are going to take the money, but I think he feels like in a couple years we'll have a chance to do something special here.
But in all seriousness, man, you know, the job that Kobe has done is to have at least 6 or 7 starters in the roster. That's something that gives JB a lot of pieces to play with and you know, work with what we want to do. Remember, we gotta continue playing that number one defense, which is what feeds our offense, and continue to build that mentality, that momentum, what got us to 51 wins.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited about this, and I'm excited about how these guys are already in Vegas with the team. They're already working out. They're already getting. We know they know each other. They know they all have played together at one point or another. But just to be together and start experiencing that, I think is awesome for the league.
Yeah, that builds that camaraderie. That's what happens when it's the fourth quarter and y'all down 6 and it's 4 minutes left in the game, and y'all all can look at each other and know that person's gonna show up. You know,
dog, yeah.
Because y'all had those experiences. Y'all built that brotherhood over time, and those are the best teams to play on. Because y'all just get out there and go to war together because y'all have developed that brotherhood off the floor, and these guys are really close.
All right, guys, great episode. I'm glad we were able to connect. Obviously, both of you guys out there out west, me still here holding everything down in Cleveland. It was
Rob, hey, my bad, Nick.
No,
I forgot what you told me to put it on, and I'm finna go
13 at the roulette. 13.
13?
13, and 13, baby. Put it down.
Red, black?
The roulette. I forget if it's red or black, but it's 13.
It's 13, okay.
Yeah.
My bad, Nick.
All good. 13, Booby. We want to hear the results next week. We will catch you guys.
If I lose, I'm Rob gonna have to pay me for that. Rob gonna have to give me that back.
Just drop the $10 bill and say money plays 13, baby.
$10. Nah, I'm gonna have to at least drop 100.
See you guys later, man.
We are
Yes,
off the
sir.
rails. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll
Love you
see you
guys.
next week with more Booby's World.